Well, hey, buddy. What's up, everybody, and welcome. It is bright and early here and Monday morning, and we are headed to a Regal before we head into the shop. Got a couple things to check out on it, so let's roll right to it. So we made it out. Let me turn the camera around. I'll show you the boat we're going to. Here she is. This is a 36 XO Regal. Let's jump aboard and see what couple things we got to do here. Ooh, this is nice. So let's see what's on our list here. Alright, first thing on our list here is this. Actually, just this little ring here is a wireless charger for your phone. So I checked to make sure we have 13 volts going to it. Good. This is actually in the wrong spot. I put a phone here to see if it will charge, and it actually won't do it until you get all the way down here. Because if you look, that wire right there is the center of it. So my finger here, the center of it is actually here. So this ring is too far forward. So I have a new one here, just in case this was bad or we had an issue with it, whatever. But it comes with the new ring here, so we're going to put a new one on there so it's in the right spot and the phone will charge correctly. Good thing for canvas, if you ever got to get anything off it or you need to clean it, works pretty well, is just an alcohol wipe. It won't hurt anything. Just put the center one on there, so you peel it off, you got a perfect circle here. Alright, I'll give you a screenshot of my phone here. We're going to set her down right where she's supposed to be. Yeah, she's charging. Alright, the next thing on our list here is the sunroof. The gasket right here is actually ripped. Let me show you why. If you watch this thing close, you'll see it catch on that window part right there. See it? It's catching right there, just barely, just enough to grab it. So all I can really do here is cut this part of the gasket off so it won't rip the rest of the gasket off, and then I'm gonna have to talk to Regal and see if they maybe want to move this top or do something to stop it from catching this, but I can't adjust any of this or move it just because this gasket seals against the windshield here, and if I change any of this it will stop this from sealing, or it's going to change where this is at, so we're going to have to talk to the manufacturer. So let me cut this and we'll move on to the last item on the boat. Well, before I show you the last thing here, I got this cut, but this actually isn't a sealing gasket, luckily. This is kind of just a water deflector, so if rain and stuff doesn't hit this gasket and track on this, it kind of deflects it off. Just keeps it a little drier, trying to keep stuff out of the cabin and everything. Anyway, our final thing here is this panel. Actually goes right here where the seat is, and it uses these things, I call them Christmas trees, and they're just like, the cars use them, a lot of manufacturers use them, and they just go in these holes right here. And this happens quite a bit. I fix this a lot. So these are still good. What happens is they vibrate, or you can accidentally kick them off, let's say. So what I do is I got this extreme tape, double-sided 3M stuff. It's actually pretty expensive, but it works very, very well. I just stick it to align the back and the high spots on each side, and it seems to work very well. Then the vibration, all that stuff won't make these come off. So let me stick some tape on this. We'll get it back up. Well, we got our phone charger figured out. I gotta talk to Regal about the roof panel here. And we got our seat fixed in the back. I'm gonna pack this one up, close her down, and head to the shop. I'll see you there. Well, I barely got my stuff back in the van. I got a phone call to head to Maximo to look at another Regal. So we're not going back to the shop. Let's get to the next job. Oscar, we made it. There she is. So this is a 33 SAV Regal. It's got twin 350s on the back. Nice boat. So we got two things to check out on this one. One, the joystick has given them some codes and it stopped working. I guess the steering works fine. And the hot water heater seems to not be working. So let's jump on and see what we can find out. Alright, so I think I've already figured out the joystick problem here. I gotta talk to Regal about this later, but we see we got a check engine light down here. That's actually same on the binnacle here, which is our port EST system critical fault, which means that our joystick here is not going to work because it can't communicate with the joystick. So I pulled everything apart. I checked all the connections. Everything's good. Nothing is showing its face until you start the generator. When you start the generator, that's when this code actually happens. And that's because it's pulling enough voltage from it that it causes this to freak out a little bit. It must drop down below a certain threshold, and then it comes back up, and it's fine. But once the code goes off, it does not reset unless you turn everything off and clear the system. So this is very frustrating, obviously, because you start the generator and now your motors have a fault. So I think the only solution to this is to get another battery to add to the generator so it's on its own. So that way when you go to start something, or you have this high voltage drop on the system, being that it's on the house side. So we're gonna have to come back to that one. On the water heater side, actually I had it on the whole time here with the shore power, and it works fine. I talked to the customer, and it's just because he didn't leave it on long enough. He didn't know it's not an instant hot water heater. It's kind of like one in your house. It takes a while to warm up and do its thing, so he's all good with that. I checked that it's working. That being said, I'm going to pack up my stuff and head back to the shop. See you there. Alright, so I'm going to cut the video right here. Right now it is 2:42. I went to the first boat that I showed you, and then went to the second boat. And I still have probably a half an hour drive, depending on the traffic we're in right now. So it'll be somewhere around 3:30 by the time I get back to the shop. And I got paperwork. I've had like 5 jobs probably in the past, since Friday, that I have to go over with them because we need parts and we got some things to do to those boats. So that's, 4 o'clock, 4:30, depending on who I can get, whose attention I can get, and what we need to do. Then I always make sure Oscar's ready for the next day, or I'm ready for the next day. We got everything, our agenda, and we're driving. I'm coming back to the shop. Check my tools, check parts, check all that stuff. So I don't show you any of that stuff because it's very time consuming. Walking the docks over and over with the parts or tools. The driving takes forever. It seems like I'm always going all over the place, so I just edit all that crap out of here. Anyway, I really kind of want to focus the channel on what you guys want to see anyways. I'm not here to film for myself by any means. So if you're watching this at this point in the video, shoot me a comment if you want, and let me know what you want to see, what kind of stuff you want to see. More walk around tours of boats, or more of the in-depth detail of the stuff that I look at. All of it, I don't know. You tell me whatever you want to see in my field. Just shoot me a comment if you want to. Anyway, we're going to get back to the shop and we will see what's there. I haven't been there for almost 4 days now, so there should be something cool that pulled in there. Maybe we'll find a boat to check out real quick before we call it a day. So I'll see you there. Alright, so I made it back to the shop. We're all loaded up for tomorrow. It's actually after 5. Nobody's even here. I'm walking out to get an Oscar and go home. But right here, this boat that I'm walking by, it's pretty cool. Check it out. This is a new S378. It's the little brother of this 428 Pursuit. They're doing the first service on it, probably getting a couple of the bugs out of her. But look, the cowlings are off the side of these beasts. The new Yamahas 425s. They're giant. Anyway, I am heading home. If you like what you see, push all those buttons, you know what to do. I'll see you next time.